This is 2HD. It's 19 minutes after 3, and it seems as though last-minute swatting for an exam before going to bed actually might be a good tactic for students. This is according to new research on the benefits of, they call it sleeping on it. Sleep almost doubles the chances of remembering previously forgotten information. That's what scientists have found. And they believe it makes memories more accessible and sharpens our powers of recall. Volunteers taking part in the study were asked to remember made-up words they had been told either before a night's sleep or after 12 hours of wakefulness. The sleepers were much better at recalling the words than the participants who had remained awake. To talk all things sleep, we're joined this afternoon by Dr. Mark Levi from Dr. Levi's Sleep Clinic. Dr. Mark, hello, how are you this afternoon?
Brent, good afternoon. G'day, hi.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Brent. No problems at all. Please.
Why is this so? I mean, I was just saying before we came to you that it's just not for students having exams. I mean, it's for all sorts of things we do. Why do we supposedly remember more things after we've had a bit of a sleep?
Sleep is an underestimated, undervalued commodity. You know, we chase expensive cars, we chase the beach, the house, I don't know, all those, exercise. But the sleep component is so undervalued. And if you're not getting the right quality sleep, whatever that means, then you're in trouble. It's just not going to happen at all.
When you say the right quality sleep, tell me about good quality sleep.
Here's what we see people a lot. You know, whether I'm in my Sydney office or my Gosford office, and we see people a lot that they just say, I'm just not sleeping well, or I'm tired in the morning, or I'm tired all day, or my memory's gone, or my sex drive's gone, or I'm moody, or I'm lethargic all day. And there's so many different variations of the I was going to say the moaning, the problem. That really we've got to dig and go, well, what's happening at night? What time are you going to bed? How much coffee you're having? Are you looking at a blue screen? Are you getting enough oxygen? Have you got sleep apnea? Have you got, we saw a youngster with a serious problem, not related to that, narcolepsy. There's lots of different things, and if you're sleeping, you're meant to be in bed for about 6 to 8 hours. If you're not getting really good quality 4 waves of sleep, about 3 cycles of it, then you're going backwards.
If you get to bed at 11 o'clock at night and you get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, that gives you 8 hours sleep.
Correct.
But how many times are you allowed to get up during the night to go to the bathroom and things like that for you to break that sleep up to be of bad quality?
If I was a listener, if I snort a lot, I'd get it checked out.
Right.
If I woke up in the morning feeling tired,
yes.
I'd check it out.
Right.
It's really a symptomatic thing. It's not. It's more so. Do you snore? Do you wake up tired? Do you? Those sort of symptoms point towards something's wrong at night. And what can be wrong at night is let me tell you this little story. We see some people occasionally, and they might have what's called sleep apnea, and so. Imagine lying in bed at night and every 2 minutes an alarm clock going off next to your bed to say, wake up, Brent,
yeah.
Breathe.
Yeah.
And so if you're being woken up every 2 minutes by your little micro brain, then you're not going to get, it's like someone nudging you every 2 minutes. So you can't get a continuous, and because you're asleep, you don't know what's going on. And that brings us to more and more people needing sleep tests to see what's going on at night. And look, I've got sleep apnea. I don't get oxygen at night. I've been cured for 15 years, and I wear a dental appliance in my mouth. But I went to the doctor 15 years ago and said, "Well, I'm snoring. Wife's complaining. What do you reckon's wrong with me? I don't know." And that was 15 years ago. So people don't know what's happening at night unless they had a sleep test or unless someone complains about a symptom. Does that make any sense at all, Brent?
It does, yeah, absolutely. If we sleep with our mouth, do many people sleep with their mouths closed as opposed to your mouth open?
Yeah, look, people sleep with mouths open, mouths shut. People have funny noses. People have good noses, bad noses. People lie on their side, they toss and turn. There's lots of... There's no right and wrong. There's no right and wrong. As long as the older you are, the less sleep you need. Go figure that one out. Or the whole circadian rhythm thing, where you instantly go. instinctively your cycle is you go to bed at 11, you wake up at 7, you're happy, or, you know, maybe you're in radio, you go to bed at crack of dawn, I don't know, a different cycle, but you get into a regular cycle. And I was just in America at a big conference. Those blue screens on all the computers can really muck up your circadian rhythm, because if you're looking at a blue screen like, I don't know, 15 minutes before you go to bed for a while, it's not good for the body. The body goes a bit funny with those colours.
What's a blue screen? A blue screen's what? Is an iPad
or an Apple or a handheld
device?
Computer.
So an iPad, a computer screen, a laptop, something like
Correct.
that is a blue screen.
Correct.
Right. And what does that do to the system?
It's got something to do with the circadian rhythms. Don't get too technical on me, because that's not my gig.
Right.
But there's no question that sometimes, you know, with the guys I hang around with, we hand out a sheet like, and you can Google it. You know, the 10 sleep hygiene things to do. You know, stick to a sleep schedule, pay attention what you eat and drink before bed, create a bedtime ritual, get comfortable, dark room, cool room. You know, things like that. So one of the things is it's not really crash hot to be hanging around with your handheld computer in your bed before you go off to sleep. That's one of the things. It's not crash hot, but if you go back to square one, you want everybody to have a really, really quality good night's 6 hours, 7 hours sleep.
What do you do if you only get 5 hours sleep? Can you catch up the next night, or not, doesn't it work that way?
No, there's a catch up. There is a catch up theory, and people catch up, and that's okay. But you know, if you're an A personality and you're charging along and you can beat the system by avoiding sleep. And there are lots of people that need not that much sleep, but the majority of the population needs some quality long-term sleep. And you know, if you're up all night watching TV, you might think you're relaxing, but you know, the body just needs to rest. It needs to switch off totally. Maybe it's like turning off a computer. Maybe, you know, the body really needs to switch off. And here's an interesting one: with the body, it has 4 waves of sleep, 1, 2, 3, 4 in REM. And what happens is you go through about 3 of it takes a little while for each cycle to go through, and you get through about 3 or 4 cycles every night. If you get through the 4 cycles 3 or 4 times, the body says, "Oh, I've really enjoyed that sleep. That was really good. It's really what it's meant to do." If you get interrupted all the time with noise or light or too many toilet stops, the body says, "Oh, I didn't have that rhythm I normally have. I'm not happy." And so you can get all these symptoms, and you know, moodiness and not concentrating at work, and memory loss, and low sex drive, and you know, that's all. They're all signs and symptoms of, or snoring, maybe even to a lesser extent. They're all signs of, well, is your sleep okay? And if you're doing shift work, that's a tough one.
Box. Yeah. If you think you've got to get 8 hours sleep, 6 to 8 hours sleep, how do you know how many hours sleep you really need? Is it just one of those things that you find out over time? I mean, I might think I need 8 hours sleep, so if I don't get 8 hours sleep, I feel as though I've robbed myself of the optimum sleep, but I may be the sort of person that only needs 5 hours sleep a night.
If you're happy chugging along, keep chugging along. And if anybody that's listening thinks, "Oh, I wonder if I'm really getting enough sleep," they just need to go to the GP or someone like myself and say, "Hey, can I have a simple sleep test at home or in the hospital?" And just check out the numbers. It's what a sleep test at night does is you work gizmo, and it tells us blood pressure, and it tells us what cycle you're in and how much oxygen saturation, and it's really, really, you know,
it's probably it'd be a good thing to have. Yeah, it would be. It would be a good thing to have. I've never had one. I've thought about having one, but I've never had one. Doctor, fascinating having a chat with you. I mean, it's one thing we just probably don't get enough of, and that is good quality sleep, because we read computers, or we look at iPads, or we watch TV too late, or we drink coffee too late, or we've had too many glasses of red wine, or, you know, and it just goes on and on and on. And I suppose it's one of the most important things that we need to do in our daily routine, and that is try to get the best quality sleep we can possibly have, so we can wake up the next morning feeling fantastic.
You know that people sleep more, Brent, actually are skinnier? It's a good way to lose weight.
Is that true? People who sleep more are skinnier?
True story. You're more likely the body will help you lose weight if you sleep more.
Yeah.
If you don't sleep enough, the body's going to want to put on weight. But that's a generalisation.
Don't tell my...
I thought I'd leave with that thought.
Thank you.
I thought I'd leave with that thought to ponder, Brent.
Thank you very much, Mark. Dr. Mark Levi from Dr. Levi's Sleep Clinics. He's got a website. It's drlevisleepclinic.com.au. Thank you for your time, Mark. Appreciate it. Nice to talk with you. We'll talk to you again.
No, it's a pleasure, Brent. Anytime. Pleasure.
Okay.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.